Good morning, SKN. I'm Andre Cunningham.
And I am Cortensia Carty.
Carty, can you imagine we're on episode 370?
On my favorite number of the year.
37?
July 7th.
Oh.
My favorite number is 7. So yeah. 37. Yo, we're getting there.
We are
Slowly but surely we are getting there.
In there, 370 episode. It's a milestone.
Yeah, proud of us.
Proud indeed. Well, thank you folks for joining us, especially those who are joining us live on the cable channel 40 and those in St. Martin on the Tel TV network. Special welcome to those who are also watching live in the diaspora and in our region.
And those are the
Grenada, Antigua, Bahamas,
St. Kitts,
Jamaica, Guyana, all over the Caribbean.
All over. And for those of you streaming via YouTube and Facebook, welcome in and go tell your friends we're on. And those are the means that they can get us on.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, let's jump right into the news this morning. This one comes to us by way of press release by the Republic Bank. On Wednesday, June 28th, 2023, Republic Bank EC Limited announced a groundbreaking initiative targeting progressive young people in the island of St. Kitts. Two successful young people, Kyle Sprouse and Lashana Hensley, are among the first to benefit from the prestigious experience called the Republic Bank Youth Link program. The launch of this program represents a significant step towards providing these individuals with the tools and resources they need to achieve their own goals, whether they are looking to advance their career within this company, should the opportunity arise, or forge their own path. This program is designed to help them get there, and by creating a supportive environment that encourages curiosity, collaboration, and innovation. This can help bridge the gap between education and meaningful employment. In addressing the youth linkers, Michelle Palmer, Managing Director of Republic Bank EC, emphasized the bank's focus and commitment to the program, and quote, "We recognize the value of creating a positive and inclusive environment that nurtures these young minds, allowing them to explore their full potential. We also understand that it is our responsibility to invest in and develop the next generation of leaders. This program has had undeniable impact on many of the individuals who have participated in it, and I am proud to say that some of them have gone on to become successful managers within this company," end quote.
Oh, that's nice.
Certainly.
Yes, and the Shane is making waves.
I
Congratulations to her and the young gentleman.
Indeed.
That is so good. Really, the next generation is taking over.
Certainly.
As we continue now, this comes from a press release by the Nevis Island Administration. As the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, continues to pursue Nevis' fair share of national resources, chiefly revenue from the St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment Program, Premier the Honorable Mark Brandley has expressed appreciation for the mature and open communications he maintained with Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, on the issue. The Premier updated the public on June 29th at his monthly press conference. He said, and quote, "I had discussed with the Prime Minister a 6-person committee. We had nominated our members to that committee to look at this whole issue of fair share, which was a big issue in the last election. I have been fairly consistent in following up with the Prime Minister, and to his credit, he has been fairly consistent in updating me," end quote. Premier Brandley said, with a transparent process where the CBI receipts were no longer concealed, as was the practice of the former Minister of Finance, that the Nevis Island Administration would be in a better position to forecast its revenue and how best it should be spent to develop the island of Nevis. I like that. Transparency is key.
Yes, indeed. So finally, Nevis will be getting their fair share.
Their fair share indeed.
Well deserved. I'm happy for that. And still on the local scene, this one comes to us from SKNIS. Some 5,300 households in St. Kitts and Nevis are benefiting from the monthly $500 cash transfer system of the Poverty Alleviation Program (PAP) as of June 2023, with new qualifying households being added on a regular basis. Azile Clark, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs, shared that the households currently benefiting from the PAP are headed by senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and persons with children under the age of 16 years. The household's monthly income is also less than $3,000 per month. Figures from the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs reveal that $2.68 million were paid to the beneficiaries in June. During the period of January 2023 to June 2023, the government transferred a total of $50,562,277 to assist eligible households. Households outside of the priority areas that qualify for the PAP will be considered in the second cohort of the program to begin receiving cash transfers.
That's a lot of money.
It sure is.
Why are we whispering?
I hope we get a piece.
No, I don't think we'll qualify.
I don't think so too.
For us. No, not for us. I'm just kidding. Okay. Now for the weather, mostly sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 76 degrees Fahrenheit. It is currently 86 degrees outside, so it has met its quota. So that means it's only going to get hotter, folks. We have been having some hot days. Wear your sunscreen, wear your big hat, wear your shades, wear your glasses, cover up wherever you go. Prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
And if you must stay inside, just ensure that your ACs are clean and ready to take up the challenge of cooling your abode. With that said, stay tuned for regional and international news. That's what's up next.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Owner of Soul Food Kitchen. Make sure to tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327, 8 a.m., 10 a.m. daily.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we now continue with the regional news. Our news this morning comes from Loop Caribbean. End quote. I believe the founding fathers are smiling from heaven. End quote. Were the words uttered from Caribbean Community CARICOM chairman and Prime Minister of Dominica, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, as he announced that leaders have agreed to have free movement for all categories of people by March next year. Skerritt told reporters, and quote, obviously there are some legal issues that we have to examine. We have given our legal people some months to examine those legal issues and to ensure that they can come to us by the 30th of March to take a definite position on this, end quote. Currently, university graduate, nurses, teachers, media workers, musicians, agricultural workers, and private security officers are among the 12 categories of people eligible to seek employment in any of the countries that are a part of the Caribbean Single Market and Economy, the CSME.
Good stuff.
But you see, you have to have a skill certificate to get those jobs. But I'm happy the CARICOM is working so that everybody can move. And as they say, they're looking at the legalities because we don't want anybody just coming and, just sitting down on the government.
So it's not doing. I mean, if you don't have that university certificate, those skills,
before you was it was hard. That's all I'm going to say. It was hard because you had to have a skill certificate to get on the CSME stuff. Understood. But now with CARICOM, we're going to move a bit freer.
So, I guess CARICOM is working.
It's working.
Finally. Kudos to them. And it's 50 years. So
Andre said finally.
It took us this long.
Yeah, because it's funny enough that we had CARICOM, but we were still in the Lucha.
Indeed. And here's what's happening on the international scene. This one comes to us from UN News. Ameka, Grace, and Sophia are some of more than 50 robots attending the UN-driven AI for Good Global Summit, which opened on Thursday in Geneva. As artificial intelligence AI sprouts new powerful learning abilities, nations are working on strategies to govern it, according to the International Telecommunications Unit, ITU, which is hosting the two-day summit to showcase a bevy of new technologies, including a range of robots who can handle everything from healthcare to rock music. Prospering from a machine-assisted future is part of the challenge as governments and industry leaders recognize the need to reach out to each other more than ever before as they look for common blueprint for humanity, the agency said. Aimed at connecting visionaries with an array of UN organizations and investors focused on sustainable development, the UN-driven event provides an unprecedented chance to empower these cutting-edge innovators to tackle global challenges, including the 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) set out in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development.
Wow.
Sophia and Grace and Ameka.
And I saw a barrage of others. Desdemona and all. Wow.
I like Sophia. Or Sophia, yes, she's very smart. She reminds me of
Alexa.
Okay. Yes. Listen, I'm sure she's answering me right now on my phone, but she's going to stay right where she is.
Definitely.
And that's all we have for you this morning, folks. In local, regional, and international news, we have a fantastic show lined up for you this morning. So just stay tuned. Good Morning SKN continues right after these messages.
What's good, guys? This is Savion Govayo, owner of Liquid Gold, Instagram Liquid Gold SKN. Make sure you guys tune in every day from 8 to 10 a.m. Studio 327, Good Morning St.kitts.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning, SKN. Wagwan. Yo, this Benz Lad coming to you live from Jamaica. You see it already. See me, I say Caribbean people stand up and I love this. This show is very important. You understand me? Yeah, man. Studio 327. Benz Lab. It's a big up. See me, I say. I'm the whole innocent crew. Yeah, man. More love.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
hear it.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Welcome to another edition of Sports Corner. For this segment, we'll be highlighting the experience and achievements of the St. Kitts Nevis Special Olympic team who competed in the 2023 Special Olympics World Games held in Berlin, Germany. Joining us this morning, we have Ivor Blake, National Director of the St. Kitts and Nevis Special Olympics, Yasmin Powell, swimming coach, Joseph Mason, swimming athlete, and Jamoy Bryan, tennis unified partner. Good morning to you four, and welcome back, and welcome, gentlemen, to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Hello to everyone who's watching out there. A very good morning. I think I'm glad to be back. It looks familiar.
Yes. So as we begin, let me ask, how many athletes did you take to the games this year?
We took a number of 14 athletes to the games.
14, okay. All right.
And participating in athletics, track, cycling, swimming,
yes,
and tennis.
Okay. So four key areas.
Yes.
Okay. Let us talk about the benefits of these athletes participating in the games.
Well, first of all, it's a number of aspects to it. Of course, it's a sporting event, primarily. So it showcases, talents in the competition. It's one of the largest health care programs.
Yes.
All the athletes get to go through 7 levels of screening.
Yes.
Which they don't normally get. And it's a opportunity to showcase persons with intellectual disability. But it's a tangible benefit that was intangible, really, that most people don't appreciate. I've seen, perhaps, example, my youngest athlete, who is Asharia White, at age 16. From a shy, you absolutely had to pull out words from her, and she have blossomed because she's around people, she's experienced different things, it's new to her. So that personal growth and development, it's invaluable. And the other thing for me was, I travel all over the world, but every time people ask me, where is St. Kitts? Where is St. Kitts Nevis? And so now I have a Google thing that I can show them physically.
Yes.
But the same with the athletes. Every athlete, they ask a question, where's St. Kitts? So it's an opportunity. First, it's like curiosity. Because people ask, where's St. Kitts? Because we think we live here, we think everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And then the question is asked, curious, and then there's an opportunity now for us to say, well, who we are.
Okay.
And so those are for example, the opening ceremony, they had over, I think, about 58,000 people.
Wow.
And so, but when I talk about St. Kitts and Nevis, I said our whole population can fit in the stadium, and you think it's a modest crowd, and so they get it when I say that.
Yeah, wow, indeed.
Listen, earlier, Cortensa introduced them as athletes. Of course, they're athletes, but we got to put some respect on their names. They are ambassadors and indeed Olympians.
Exactly.
So kudos and congrats to them. But can you give us, what are some of the highlights of some of at the games, rather?
But for me, I think the opening ceremony.
Yes, the opening ceremony was huge.
It's huge. It's a big deal. But to see our athletes, we had to line up for like an hour or so, 2 hours, line up in order, alphabetical order, and you see all these countries, and then we stood there for a long time.
Yes.
But then going into the arena, hearing Special Olympics St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes.
It's huge.
It's a special meaning, and then the big uproar, and our minister, Honorable Iselin Phillips,
Yes.
joined us
Oh, nice.
for that walk, and so it was really, really special.
Oh, nice.
The athletes were shouting and everyone was shouting, and so it's one of those special moments that it's difficult to explain, but you get the euphoria of the whole thing, and it's really special.
So I want to bring the the athletes in on this. My voice want to leave me now. I see Joey just made sure his goal is front and present. How was the experience, Joey? I'm gonna start with you.
Was good, man. It was good.
The walk was just as exceptional for you as it was for Mr. Blake.
Yeah, and it was
Miss
nice,
Paula?
and I win my gold medal in the relay.
Yeah, I saw that. Yo, I was cheering for you, When I see you took off, I was like, yes, Joey, we have it.
We have it.
So I was cheering for you because I saw how fast you folks swam in that relay.
Yes.
Okay.
Came back to me, coach, swim fast. I said, yes.
Yeah, swim fast. Yes, very fast. And Jamoy, what about you? How was tennis? How was the walk? How was the entire experience in Germany?
It was very lovely. The food, the culture, the atmosphere.
Oh, nice.
It was very nice.
Okay, good. So you ready to go again?
Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
Were there any challenges encountered during the games?
Well, I'll let
sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yasmin, take it.
The biggest challenge for the athletes was the food. The biggest challenge for the athletes was the food, I must say. For them getting accustomed to the food, because Caribbean people, we want our rice and peas.
Yeah.
Right.
But in Germany, when we were in Oschling, our host town, we were in Oschling for 4 days, and they really tried to accommodate us with their chicken and rice.
Yes.
Okay.
But it still wasn't our chicken and rice. But the athletes enjoyed it still, and as Mr. Blake spoke about Asharia, she would not eat for the first couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Some of our athletes wouldn't eat, so we're like, okay, eat an orange, eat a banana, eat something.
Yes.
And so they started getting into tasting, trying new things. So I think that was the biggest challenge for them. And the time difference, the 4 days in Oschling helped us to acclimatize and get accustomed to the different timing changes and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. I could imagine.
Yeah. They got time to practice while we were in Oschling. So by the time we got to Germany, they were fairly tired, but they pulled out still.
Yeah.
All the athletes pulled out.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you guys were in a different part of Germany before you got to Berlin.
Yes.
Okay.
So
we're
we were
about 9 hours away from Berlin.
Wow.
So we were in the south of Germany,
Yes.
close to the Austrian border.
Okay.
Or Bavaria.
In the place, Bavaria, and that's something that Special Olympics does. It's called a host town program, where it's not just about coming to perform and compete. They get us in early, and we had 200 towns and cities across Germany hosting all the delegations, all the athletes. So there were 190 delegations, and so they had them scattered all over. So ours was in Osching, which is the south of Germany, where they hosted us for 4 days, and we got to practice. They took us on tours and stuff like that. So that one of the highlights as well.
Yes.
Because we really enjoyed it. The town embraced us everywhere we go. Everybody knew who we were. We were on TV. We were on the newspaper. We had met 2 mayors of different towns, and so we're like celebrities.
Delegates Sabine and Danielle.
Yes, and we had Sabina and Daniela did a fantastic job. They really went out of the way. I'll give you an example. We went to Germany, and they had to have some special plugs, charge phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the right type. And they went out and bought us a whole bag of them.
Yes.
And not only that, that's what's kind.
Yes.
we forgot them when they delivered to us. We went for dinner, and we forgot them in a bag. And I called up and said, well, we forgot the thing. About an hour later, a lady, 83 years old,
Brought them back.
bicycled to us and delivered them.
We're boarding the bus to go to Berlin.
So that's she says she's devout. She's widowed.
Yes.
Live by herself. She likes to volunteer.
83.
And she was part of the committee. I came and I saw the lady on the bicycles of waiting in the hotel lobby, and I thought she was just some delivery person.
Right. Yeah.
She come and said she's looking for me. So that was special for me. So I thought that was.
Wow, that's so good. So how many medals did we bring back in total? Yasmin?
9.
Yes.
9.
9.
I have that one. 9 medals.
5 of which was gold.
Yes, and that's the 5 was from swimming, right?
No, swimming got 1 gold, which is the relay. So all 4 athletes
got a
received
gold.
a gold. And in
we got
swimming,
gold, yes.
we also had a bronze medal.
Okay.
Deslin, who came on with me in the first interview.
Yes. Okay.
Deslin got a bronze in her freestyle 25 meter.
Okay.
And Joseph got 7th place in his. And Ashton, one of our deaf athletes, got his bronze in the 50 meter freestyle relay. Freestyle, sorry.
How proud are you that you had a part to play, especially in the gold medal that the relay
Coach
received?
Chester and I must give props to Coach Chester.
Kudos, Coach Chester.
Yes. Props to Coach Chester. He's very patient, and we work together with our team. As I said before, we used line in the swimming pool, in the sea, in the ocean. So we were practicing back and forth between the ocean and the pool, and Royal St. Kitts, who allowed us to use their pool, because a lot of hotels, their pools are circular, whereas Royal St. Kitts has a straight
pool, yes.
even though it's only 13 meters.
Yes.
35 meters. Yeah. So we had to swim back and forth a couple of times.
Oh, okay. No. But it paid off.
Right.
Yes.
And for those folks who are at home and just wondering what the gold medal looks like, we see Joseph actually came in studio with his gold medal. Can we get some close up of Joseph? Can we get some close up of his gold medal, please? Show up that gold medal, Joseph.
And just remember, the World Games, we had 7,000 athletes from 190 countries, and so we're up against countries that are far larger than us with a lot more experience and so. And like you mentioned, Yasmin spoke about the facilities. We don't have the best facilities, but we just try to make the best of what we have, and yet we can accomplish this. So when we have more resources,
to get more.
Exactly, and we get better every time.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And Jamar, you've been quite quiet behind there. What was it like competing in your sport? I noticed you don't have a medal, but what are your intentions for the next game to come back with a medal?
Oh, I have a medal, but I don't have it on me.
Oh, you have? So
I see you walk with his medal.
So do you have a gold medal, a silver medal, or a bronze medal?
No, I have a bronze.
Oh, you have a bronze. Okay.
So bronze unified men's doubles.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He partnered with Shakir Stapleton.
That's a person from
Nevis.
Nevis. Yes. Okay. So what are you gonna do next time to get the gold medal?
Next time we just have to train harder and be prepared earlier so that we could get a goal.
Who was the toughest team that you would have played before you medaled?
Spain.
Spain, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Spain got some serious tennis players, boy.
Definitely.
Yes, Nadal and the young, what is his name, Alcaraz?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You see throughout Europe, everywhere. There's an opening, there's a tennis course, there's a swimming pool, there's the facilities.
Yes,
they
have amazing
facilities. That's the advantage they have.
They have indeed.
And they start very early.
Yes, very early.
And so we are batting at a level, despite or restriction of resources.
Indeed, I would say.
And also the clay courts.
That's right.
They weren't fully accustomed to the clay courts. They had just started practicing
at Four Seasons, as you would have mentioned in the first.
In just the last couple of months.
Oh,
so they have to learn how to slide
the bounce
on the clay.
Slide and
Wow.
It's just a different.
It's a whole different ballgame when you're going on clay court.
So Jamal, tell me about the clay court experience. Since you play, tell me about that experience in Berlin.
Well, the clay courts over Germany were different to those over Nevis. So it was kind of hard to get accustomed to.
Okay.
But we get accustomed to it in time, so.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Yes, indeed. There's me assuming he have no medal. I apologize for that. You go, guy.
So tell us what's next for the Special Olympics for St. Kitts.
I think we're back, and you know, for example, Yasmin and Chester
we'll start
have always they train all year round. They train all year round.
Okay.
And so we're always training. Remember, we work with people with intellectual disabilities.
Yes.
And we provide. Sometimes this is the only avenue they come out from their homes and get to participate in sports.
Yes.
So we bring them out for physical and mental, well-being. And so every Saturday they're over at Frigate Bay swimming.
Yes.
We get the bus picks them up from all over and
closer to competition than
we're going to
Oh, nice. So Joey mentioned something when he started the show that he's a singing evangelist, right? So Joey, we know you're not only skilled in as being a Special Olympian, so we're gonna ask you to sing us a few lines, not a lot, a few lines of your favorite song, so that we can show that you're just more than swimming.
Your favorite song.
Your favorite song, Joey. You said
song you want to sing.
What's that?
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
Ooh.
Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. With you high and lifted up. Shine up in the light of your glory. Pour out your power, my love. And we sing, holy, holy, holy.
Yes.
Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you.
Ooh.
I'll go to.
I got goosebumps. Joey, you can sing it evangelist. So everybody's got the goosebumps. I know.
As we spoke about ambassadors and as you can see, Joseph is wearing his tag, and we had to wear these tags around in Germany.
Okay.
The whole 2 weeks. It would get us on the trains, on the buses, on anything.
Okay.
And even we went.
We
I
can
took
go
my
anywhere.
team to the zoo, and they got discounts at the zoo once we had on the tag.
Okay.
But along on the tags, you see buttons from different countries.
Yes.
This is where they got to interact with persons from different countries and exchange their St. Kitts flag pins for
the
pins
tags.
from other countries.
Nice.
And so you would imagine we are the smallest countries.
Yes.
So our pins is rare.
Yes.
So everybody
We
you
ran
have
out.
a delegation, for example, like India, who has like 400 athletes.
Yes, they had about 3 buses.
So when 5 of them swam when you were next to pin, you only have 3 pins.
So guys, we were out of pins in like what, a week?
Wow.
This is what they trade, and so you'll see a lot of them with the lanyards.
Yes.
Or a cap or something. Or
with the pins or the backpack.
So that's what it's trying.
Oh, nice.
So
you get to talk about your country while you talk with other people.
So it's a lot of different interactions and cultural interaction that they get to experience, and it's really, I said, help them develop personally and otherwise.
Okay.
They eat new food, see new things.
Yes.
Catch a train.
Said the
elevator. Joey, what was your experience with the elevator?
Not again.
Not a good one. Not again.
We were on the 6th floor.
I look at last something.
So Joey actually called his mom in St. Kitts to ask to call somebody. So she called me and said, Joey's still upstairs. He doesn't know how to get down.
Oh.
Because you had to use a tag to put on the elevator to get downstairs and get back upstairs on your floor. So if you're on the 4th floor, you can't get onto the 6th floor. So that's how
I know that way. Yeah,
But I'm sure he got it.
And not
eventually.
only that, they got to take the train by themselves.
Oh, nice.
And Jamoy, for example, learned to take the train because they emphasized that public transportation was the easiest way to get around rather than the bus.
Yeah.
And so we were taking the train all along. So, they learn.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that they got the experience that they got. I'm happy that you guys came back with the amount of medals that you did. As they said, we're small, but we taller. So thank you for coming and talking to us this morning.
But I just wanted, before we go, just wanted to thank some person that really, and he has been mentioned
Sabine and Daniela.
Chester, there was also Mr. Dorff, Sylvester Dorff, who helped with the track and field. Also the Prime Minister's Office, Ministry of Education, the Ministry of the Ministry of Sports, Tourism Authority, the Ministry of Sports over in Nevis Island Administration, the PS.
Yes.
They all really rallied and assist us. We had the Marriott and of course the Four Seasons we mentioned for giving us the Royal St. Kitts Hotel for allowing us to use their pool. The Rush University provided us with some sponsorship as well. And so there was a whole, all society kind of approach and helping us to the parents and for everyone, for you, especially exposing us and putting us on the thing. And I know we had given you contact in St. Vincent as well.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping that you do a follow-up for them.
Right, of course.
To the Honorable Minister, Philip, for providing us with just her presence and getting to see what we do in such a large scale was important. She had opportunity to participate in the Youth Congress and in the Global Forum. And so it was all in all a really beneficial
experience. It's good stuff. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. And as you said, we will follow up with St. Vincent.
Yes.
Congratulations to you both and to the remainder of the athletes that aren't here with us this morning.
Thank you.
Keep doing good things.
All the very best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. GMSCN Nation, stay tuned. Much more after this, a short break.
My name is Asan Green from Green Your Asan Refrigeration. Be sure to tune in to Studio 327 for Good Morning SKN from 8 to 10.
Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and Zippo from Paris, Vermont. And we want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
An exotic experience.
everyone. My name is Winiel Pereira. I am the founder of Pure Niceness by Winiel, which is an all-natural, luxurious self-care line of skin and hair care. Tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327. Imagine the impossible.
Hi, good morning. My name is Shaman Phillips, the co-founder of the We Care Group. We provide care at every stage in life. Tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327. Imagine the impossible.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Mr. Michael Supersad, climate, finance, and private sector development expert, is here to discuss the progress and highlights of the recent concluded St. Kitts and Nevis Green Climate Fund (GCF) Readiness Workshop under the Unlocking Climate Capital Capacity Building Program and the call for project proposal, which is set to launch today. Mr. Supersad, good morning and welcome to GMSKN.
Good morning.
Happy you could join us this morning, sir.
Indeed.
So can you share with us or give us an overview of the St. Kitts and Nevis GCF Readiness Workshop and its objectives?
Okay, good morning and good morning to your listeners. Actually, workshop is not yet concluded.
Okay.
It's concluding today.
Okay.
What we're doing at the workshop is preparing private sector representatives to respond to a call in order to access funding through the Green Climate Fund.
Okay.
You may know that the Green Climate Fund is the largest climate fund in the world. Traditionally, governments have been receiving funding through the Green Climate Fund for adaptation purposes, climate adaptation, low carbon strategies, and so on. The private sector has been largely left out. The Green Climate Fund, for several reasons, and one of the objectives, reasons why we're here is to find out why those barriers.
Okay.
That's actually a discussion starting this morning.
Okay.
And so it's how can we get use the private sector to get them more involved in funding climate change matters. And that's why we're here, really.
Okay. Well, I am a bit inquisitive, so I want to know what exactly is the Green Climate Fund?
The Green Climate Fund, based in South Korea, is the largest climate fund in the world.
Okay.
And it makes funding available primarily to developing countries to help them to pursue low carbon pathways and to build climate resilience or resilience to climate impacts. You know about the greenhouse gas emissions, and you know that is primarily caused by carbon in the atmosphere utilizing fossil fuels. So the first thing we talk about climate change mitigation is to mitigate that by moving away, transitioning from traditional fossil fuels to renewable energy, solar, wind, wave, geothermal, etc. So that's the first element. The second element is resilience. As a result of the climate change, what we have rising sea levels, we have more ferocious hurricanes and storms, we have sometimes flooding, sometimes drought, we have destruction of the ecosystem. So it's building resilience to that impact. So it's two things: mitigating the effects, low carbon emissions, and adapting to the events, adverse events caused by climate change.
Okay.
Wow. And how does the workshop in particular aim to, let's say, enhance private sector investment in climate action and climate finance?
Okay, as I indicated, the private sector has been largely left out, not only St. Kitts, Nevis, but in most of the Caribbean countries. And we want to get them involved. Now, the Green Climate Fund has a private sector facility. And the private sector facility is really geared to unlock private sector financing. So it offers, if you qualify and your project is viable, It offers concessionary loans. It offers grants. If the project is large enough and profitable enough, they can take equity in the business. And very importantly for us is they provide de-risking capital. Meaning, if you have projects, particularly micro, small, and medium enterprise level, good viable projects, but the promoters of those projects do not have the collateral requirements, through this facility, they can guarantee, have a guarantee fund with a commercial bank or development bank, so that that project can be financed.
Okay.
So that's what the facility provides. So what we're doing is to make the private sector ready to access that funding. We're doing, in this workshop in particular, we did in the first 2 days, we introduced them to the Green Climate Fund, the modalities, all the requirements. Very technical, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
The Green Climate Fund is a technical thing, the terminologies, paradigm shift, etc. We can't avoid it.
Right.
So we're introducing the private sector representatives we have to the Green Climate Fund, the modalities, and all the ins and outs of the Green Climate Fund. We also introduce them to the concept of green business model innovation.
Okay.
Meaning, if you want to access funding from the Green Climate Fund, you have to change your business as usual. You cannot continue using fossil fuels, for example, and expect to get funding through the Green Climate Fund. So the green business model innovation training that we've done with them is ready to move them from what they do now, the conventional business model, into a green business model, promoting green growth and sustainability.
Yes.
And those are the two things we've done. Today, what we'll do, we look at the barriers. Why isn't the private sector more involved in climate matters? And what are some of the opportunities? And then we introduce a call this afternoon.
Okay. Are you at leisure to give us 2 businesses, private sector businesses, that will be involved in the workshop sessions today?
These examples of private sector businesses?
Yes.
We have businesses from, at the workshop today, this week, we have businesses from basically 4 sectors present here. We have the services sector, we have architectural services.
Okay.
For example, we have consulting services represented. Tourism,
okay,
right? Tourism. So we're trying to introduce them to the concept of smart tourism,
okay,
right? Smart tourism product. Agriculture, agro-processing, and agribusiness. Relatively big in a small island like St. Kitts, And the third one, we have good representation from the financial sector.
Okay.
Credit union is there, commercial banks, development bank is there. So those are the 4 main sectors that are present at the workshop today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know, let's use credit union per se. What is credit union doing that barred them from the fund, and what is it they need to do to ensure that they can get?
Yeah. So the question is, what do they need to do?
Yes.
Right? So what we're saying they need to do is, when a member comes to you for a loan to buy a fridge, you encourage them to buy a fridge that uses renewable energy or is energy efficient.
Okay.
So what the credit union wants, if they want to access money through this facility, they'll have to go green. They'll have to have a fund which says, we're going to use this fund solely to promote green growth and sustainability, whether of a business or an individual. So we're only lending for projects involving renewable energy. Or energy efficiency, or resilience. If a business wants to a loan to protect their business from the ravages of a Category 4 hurricane, we will lend to that to build resilience to flooding. If a business would like to set up a recycling facility and go deep in the ocean to find all those plastic bottles that are there, because we clean the top, I understand yesterday, but
we don't go down.
Right? Good. So a credit union, for example, will have to not necessarily change what it's doing now, but could have a window which supports only green growth and sustainable enterprises and lending.
Even in building houses.
Even in building houses, because we have the architectural people there. So your design of your houses, we live in the tropics, yes. There's a lot of wind, but we still put on our air condition because the houses are not built in a way to allow the
cool air, yes.
I don't know if you notice here, I'm Guyanese, I live in Jamaica. Okay. It's very hot. It's very hot. Yes. So the heat. So again, building houses, designing houses, those are the kind of things in housing development, or what we call the built environment, that this facility could help you with.
Okay. Yes. All right.
And Mr. C. Prasad, you mentioned that the workshop it concludes today.
Yes.
Right. Can you give us what's the feedback like, or what's the general responses like so far?
Okay. Well, I must say that before physically coming here, we've done a lot of interventions online.
Okay.
Right? So I'm based in Jamaica. My colleague who was here with me is from Ecuador, and we conducted online. So we had, for example, a gender-sensitive forum earlier, where we introduced them to the Green Climate Fund and the facilities available. I said before, it could be very technical, but that is what it is.
Yes.
And then we had 3 webinars covering the green business model. And so we're here physically face-to-face. It's always better face-to-face to get a reaction and so on, right? So I have found good reaction. The working groups we've had, we can't stop them from working.
Yes.
They always, they're excited, the interaction's there. So although some of the presentations could be very technical, I think they know what we're trying to do. We're trying to introduce them to this concept.
Right.
Yes.
We can't bring it down in a lower language. The language is there that they need to understand.
Yes.
So the feedback is very good. I think people sense a lot of excitement.
Nice.
I also sense that they're waiting for this afternoon for the call. Because this is a culmination of everything we've done. That call for them to submit their project proposals to us. And certainly if it's good enough, it forms part of a concept note that will go to the Green Climate Fund, which is the first stage of accessing that finance. There are other stages before the finance can actually become a reality.
We've been hearing about protecting our environment for the longest while, but do you really think that we are taking the necessary steps and measures to do so? And do you think that after this workshop would have concluded that the persons that would have attended, that they are going to try their hardest to ensure that some of what they would have learned is implemented?
Yeah, we sense that. I know the government is trying to do a number of things. I think one has to be patient. There are a number of readiness. The Green Climate Fund offers a levels of support. This is a readiness support to get you ready, right? In a sense. When we finish the concept note and it's approved, then they'll give you money to develop the project proposal, right? A project preparation facility.
Yes.
All of that monies are grants. St. Kitts and Nevis has a number of those readiness projects that they're working on. I know there's a renewable energy using solar that's been funded through the private sector facility. That's a 10 million equity worth of funding from the private sector facility. We don't know where that is at this point in time. So a lot has been done, but it takes time. The Green Climate Fund, yes, is the largest climate fund in the world, but approvals can be protracted. But I think one of the barriers that we identified that is recurring is the lack of awareness. People talk about these concepts, they talk about climate change, mitigation, adaptation, but that is it. They're not very much aware what do we need to do other than put in solar PVs, what's the cost of it, what's the payback period, what else can we do, what can we do in our homes to make it green. So that awareness of what is required, the awareness of the technology, and I think that is one of the things that we're doing, or building that awareness. So I would suspect that persons leaving there will have a greater awareness of what needs to be done, and slowly but surely do the things. The feedback we have from people has been good. We came up with a number of project ideas that they could use, a number of project ideas. We had an exercise on day one, which is Wednesday. Independent of our ideas, they came up with another set of ideas that we thought were very encouraging.
Yes.
You know, so to take that idea from this stage now into a stage where, you know, you can see some results from it.
Okay.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Nice. Would there be a follow-up to all of this? Let's say, will you be back next year in person?
Well, if we're invited back, I always love to come to St. Kitts. I haven't been here for a while, but there's a period of time in my life I used to be here steady and in other jobs, right? So we leave on Saturday. We get the proposals.
Yes.
We assess the proposals. We may have further interface online, but the idea is to return here in around September or so.
Okay.
To get validation for the concept note that we're preparing.
Okay.
So yes, the idea is to return again in September, and hopefully we can finalize the concept note by then and submit it.
Nice.
Interesting. And I must ask Mr. Supersad this important question. How do you envision the call for project proposals contributing to the overall climate resilience and sustainable development of St. Kitts and Nevis?
Right. Well, it depends on the quality of the proposal, right? We expect to get a combination of proposals covering mitigation, that is low carbon strategy, renewable energy, energy efficiency, electric vehicles. You know, I don't know if these are LED lights, you know, but you know, all this, right. So ambassador would make sure you have LED lights and so on. Air conditioning unit, I don't know if it's an inverter type air condition. If it's not, then it should be, right? Inverter type. These are the kind of things in the area of mitigation, reducing your carbon footprint. And then building resilience. You know, St. Kitts and Nevis is a small country, a speck.
Yeah.
You contribute a minute amount to the global carbon emissions.
Okay.
But you suffer a lot from the effects of climate change.
Yes.
The hurricane. When the hurricane hits you, it doesn't ask what is your size.
Yes.
It hits you, right?
Boy, hard to.
So I'm hoping that a number of the proposal will be in terms of the climate resilience, to build resilience in the built environment, protecting the ecosystem, and so on, to withstand those climate events which are becoming more frequent and with great intensity year after year.
Okay, I have one last question before we wrap up, because I see we're a bit strapped for time. For persons that may be looking at this broadcast now and say, like, I didn't know this was around, is there a chance for them to get in today, or they have to wait?
No, the proposal, the call is open.
Okay.
Right. So what they need to do is to contact the 5Ts Project Office, right? Here for more information. Contact anyone. For example, you contact the ambassador. She could get in touch with us. We could send the documentation. It's not closed to those who participated.
Okay.
Those who participated, should consider themselves lucky.
Lucky. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
If I say so myself,
Yes.
I'm just
Okay.
making a joke, right?
Yes.
I mean, we are lucky to be engaging with them, right? We are
Yes.
lucky. We're the lucky ones. But it's not closed, it's open. So if there are persons out there who wants to get involved, who have private sector investments or want to start up a business, and this business is related to green growth, sustainability, climate change, mitigation, adaptation, you can respond to the call.
Okay. So
Just get to the climate change office here, the project office. Come to the ambassador. She can contact me. She has my contact.
Okay.
We can give you the information.
Okay, and
There are
folks,
3
that's
weeks to do the
ambassador has
proposal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She has my contact, so she has all the documentation,
Okay.
and the documentation is not proprietary. She could share it with people.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
She could forward the emails.
Okay.
Share the handouts.
Yes.
Yes.
Share my contact information.
Okay.
They can contact me if they want some more information. But I think there's 3 weeks to do the respond to the call.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 weeks from now.
From the launch today, yes.
Okay. So 3 weeks from today, folks, for those of you who didn't get a chance to make
Still
the
have some
workshop,
time.
you still have some time.
You still have some time,
Yes.
And there you have it, Mr. Michael Supersad. We want to thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us on Good Morning SKN, and we look forward to the discussion in the near future.
Right.
Stay with us. GMSKN continues after these short messages.
Hi everyone, my name is Tatiana Lido, owner of Soul Food Kitchen. Make sure to tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327, 8 a.m., 10 a.m. daily.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into a large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Shout out to all the beautiful people in St. Kitts, the good up girl them, the pretty girl them, the big body girl them, the skinny girl them, the educated girl them, the dunce bat them, the one them will eat but still love me and still have to tune in. Big up all the followers and all the fans of the SKN show. Love yourself, big up yourself, talk good about yourself, and let the haters heat it up.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We all have a sweet tooth. The love of pastry and cake making is an art that only a few can manage to master the craft. For today's feature on Caribbean Connections, we journey all the way to Brixton in the UK to learn more about the art of pastry and cake making. Joining us via Zoom chat is Jamaican-born, now living in the UK, the owner of Brixton's Cake Shop, the one and only Mr. Tariana Christie, aka Chris, and more popularly known as Your Majesty. Good morning, Chris,
morning,
and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Your Majesty, wow. I think
Morning
that's
to
quite,
you too.
That's quite fitting for being in the UK.
In the U, and listen, I'm sure he's going to share with us why he earned that title in just a moment. But Chris, let's start. Can you share with us your early years growing up in Jamaica and how your upbringing in Jamaica shaped your career path?
Well, you know what? Ever since I was a child, I always liked cakes. And I remember as a teenager, 14 or 15 years old, my mom went away to America. And I wasn't able to get a birthday cake because my birthday is in July and she went away for the summer holidays and I was forced to make my own cake. So with all of that being said, I, used condensed milk to make my first cake as opposed to cow's milk. So from those early years, I've been, doing the trial and error thing until what you see behind me today.
So are those real cakes or are those just the models of cakes that you would offer if someone comes in and asks what you offer?
Correct. This is just what we can do, a true representation of what we can do. Anything that you see here, we can do.
Oh,
And we have done.
Oh, nice.
So, Chris, when did you open the doors of your business, Brixton's Cake Shop? You
Say
remember the
again?
year? You remember the year? The year you opened your doors of Brixton's Cake Shop.
Oh, the year I opened Brixton Cake Shop? Yes, it was actually in 2010.
Oh.
So you're actually what?
October 2010.
Oh, so this year.
Yes, this year makes 13 years strong.
Oh, nice.
And I was baking from home before, so I was kind of, everything got so big and out of control that I had to get a premises.
Place. Oh, okay. So when you went to the UK, did you do anything other than bake, or you just went to the UK and you just started baking from home?
Okay, so I came to the UK on the 1st of November 1997. And of course, with, being in a new place, you have to get familiar, with the country. And, one thing led to another. My immigration status was all over the place. That didn't get settled until the year 2000 because, of certain, things that I can't really disclose. But
That's okay.
It wasn't until the 2000 I was able to make my first cake for a friend of mine.
Oh, wow. Listen, I'm looking at a wedding cake and one of your employees styling it. And listen, this looks like royalty. I could understand how you get that name, Your Majesty. Is that why though? Am I assuming correctly?
The thing is, I like everything royal and regal, and I like when things are presented properly, and, being in London and falling in love with the royal family and stuff. I just see myself slightly different from, everybody else. So, and it shows in my work.
It shows.
It sure does. Chris, can you share with us your most difficult cake you've made? And have you ever met a client with an...
You got my pictures.
Yes, we do. As I was saying, can you share with us your most difficult cake that you have made? And have you ever met a client with an impossible cake idea to create?
I can hardly hear you. What did you say?
I was saying, do you remember your most difficult cake that you create?
The most difficult cake you would have created. And have you ever met a client with an impossible cake idea to create?
Yes, we have gotten clients that wanted us to make the Arsenal Stadium. Somebody that the Arsenal Stadium and stuff. We've gotten people that want us to make Buckingham Palace, but then when they hear the price, then they can't. The ideas are there, but the purse is weak.
Oh,
so yeah, we've gotten those before.
Wow.
So which cake would you have completed that took you or you felt like, oh, is it ever gonna come into fruition? Exactly how I sound.
There is one here which is a Black Panther cake. I mean, it was more like a team effort, but the man behind it. I mean, it's out there somewhere in the display. I mean, we've made one before, and then we decided to make a second one, to pay homage to the Black Panther.
Okay.
And stuff, and that was really crazy to do.
Oh, so you made a fixture of the Black Panther?
Yes, like a torso from the breast up.
Oh.
Wow. Ooh, la la.
I wish I had taken the one behind me to show you guys, but it is somewhere in the window now. So yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Understand. I should ask you though, butter or fondant, which method is your most favorite to utilize? Butter or fondant?
You're breaking up. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask that one for Andre. What is your favorite method to utilize, butter or fondant?
You get a more artistic value from fondant cakes, doing fondant cakes, Buttercream, you're very limited. I mean, it's summer now over here in the UK, and a lot of my customers are going for fondant now because they're having garden parties. And, the buttercream can, get runny if it's in the heat too long. So a lot of people are going for fondant. I love working with fondant because you can do crazy things with it.
Okay. Let me ask about the most popular flavor of cake that your clients seek you out for.
Okay, so hands down, by far, the best flavor is the vanilla sponge cake. But from time to time, we get the pina colada. Over Christmas, we have the sorrel fruit. We have coconut fruit cake, and the list goes on.
I shouldn't have these things, but you're making me hungry this morning. Oh, just to think about the sorrel. I've never had sorrel fruit cake, Chris. That's something different. Now you're making me want to come to Brixton. When?
I'll be coming to St. Kitts by the end of the year, so I'll bring you guys cake.
Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to that, so don't set me up now. Don't set me up now. Wow. So let's talk about, we know what cake's in demand. When you have a consultation with one of your clients, how long does it take you to make the cake, and are reservations necessary?
Okay, so so first of all, consultations cost used to be £25, but now we bumped it up to £35. So if you want to come and have a sit down, with me and we draw a sketch and your ideas and I transfer it to paper so we can execute it, that will cost £35. If you want to have a tasting, that will be £25 on top. But then if you book the order, then we reimburse you the £25 back for the cake tasting. And stuff. A consultation can take as long as an hour to 2 hours. It depends. Some of our customers, they bring the whole tribe with them: auntie, uncle, father, son, and the Holy Ghost. You understand me? So, so it depends if so many things are happening at once. Sometimes the consultations are booked for an hour, but then they only last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes over, but it all depends.
Okay, good stuff. And are you most? Oh, I like this. This is nice. Oh my God, this is a so whole beautiful Paw Patrol tower we're looking at. Well, you got the details down pat.
They just look so unrealistic. Look at this.
This look like toy cakes, but they're real cakes. What?
Which cake are you looking at? I can't see it.
This one that's made of a red Dior handbag.
You made a Dior handbag. You made a Paw Patrol tower, and you have a trio of cakes that look like they belong in a wedding hall.
Oh yes. Okay, I can see it now. Yes. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Listen.
How long did this Dior bag take you to make?
Roughly a day for the Paw Patrol cake. The figures are toys.
Okay.
You know, because with sometimes for the customers, they may not have the budget for us to make the figures from sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. That Dior bag, oh my God, that was trial and error. That in Jamaican terms, that the cake there was hell and powder house for me. But we got there in the end. And you know what? In the end, the customer mash up that cake.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! So all that work,
Yeah.
but it's excellent. It looks flawless. Ooh. the
It looks
shoe.
like
It looks like a real bag. Wow.
Yes, for real.
What? A whole
For real,
iPad?
for real.
With even the emojis and icons. Listen, we need a Brixton cake shop down here in St. Kitts.
That's so nice. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I like this.
Thank you very much.
Frozen.
Thank you so much.
This is cool. Man, you're excellent. I can only imagine the taste on all that.
I know.
Oh, this is so
Thank you.
good. So what has been I know your clientele would have grown because you said you moved house and you got your own space. How has it been since that? And I know the growth is continuous. So let us talk about that. How are you handling the continued growth of your business?
Okay, you know what? Since COVID, a lot has changed. A lot has. We're not. You see, all these cakes that you're showing me now that I've made. We're not making a lot of those cakes anymore. I mean, people are downsizing now. A lot of people are now watching their pets. You know, everything has gone up. Electricity, the internet, you know, gas, light, and water, all of that has gone up. So a lot of people now, you know, they're watching their pennies. I mean, we do get some of those orders still, but, you know, people are not wanting to spend £1,000, £1,500. They don't want to splash out on those kind of cakes anymore.
Oh, wow.
But in saying that, we're going in other directions with the business. Like we're going to be doing classes very soon.
Oh, nice.
You know, we're going to be doing different things. We're selling cake decorating products and accessories and tools. You know, so sometimes when, you know, I always tell people that COVID has allowed me to unlock different parts of my business that I didn't want to unlock yet, you know. So sometimes these things are good, but you know, would I want to still make the cakes that can sing and dance? Yes, because that is where the money is. But it is what it is, and we have to work it out.
Okay, well, Chris, we're going to take a short break and then we're going to come back to continue this discussion with you. So you don't go anywhere. And viewers, stay tuned. We will be right back.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because you know many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, it's very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
We are 869 Horseback Riding. Shadrach Isaac, Darian Grant, Johnny NZ. Don't forget to tune in to Good Morning SKN at Studio 327.
What's good, guys? This is Savion Govayo, owner of Liquid Gold, Instagram Liquid Gold SKN. Make sure you guys tune in every day from 8 to 10 a.m. Studio 327, Good Morning St. Kitts.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we're continuing our interview with the owner of Brixton's Cake Shop, Mr. Tariana Christie, more popularly known as, of course, Your Majesty. Chris, as you were saying on the break, we know you're not only a pastry chef and you own the business, Brixton's Cake Shop, but you do have an online presence as well. And listen, everything you post go viral. How is it that you manage to stay relevant over all these years online?
Why are you laughing at yourself, Chris?
Listen, I've been here for a while, and it was just quite recently I moved over to mainstream social media. I was always there doing the cakes and stuff, but I got there in the end one way or another, through meeting different people online and stuff. Like mainly, I have to give credit to Donna Marie Go, which is a very good friend of mine in Jamaica. If you ever hear about Auntie Donna, let me tell you, I have to say she's the one that really put me out there so the whole of the world know me.
Yes,
I have to, yeah, man.
That's so nice. That is so nice.
So, as a social media influencer, Chris, who are some of the notable persons you've met due to your online presence or popularity?
Who are some of the what kind of people?
Notable persons that you have met.
Notable persons.
Yes. You just mentioned Auntie Donna, so she's one of them.
Well, Auntie Donna put him on.
Yes.
So who else?
Yeah. So people that I talk to, I mean, 1 and 2 UK R&B singers. I don't want to call their names. I've re-met Lisa Hanna, former Miss Jamaica World, recently. Usain Bolt, I've been on the same aircraft with him, so I've bumped into him. We're in the same cabin, coming back to Jamaica. Quite a few other people I can't really mention right now, but can I say that I'm friends with them? Not really. It's I've just met them in the right place at the right time.
Understood.
Let's talk about the minis on social media. So how do you manage to rise above the trolls on social media? Yeah, the minis.
Listen, oh my God. It's just this morning I did a live over on YouTube talking about being accused of certain, of many things.
Yes.
My name is just out there, in relation to certain things. I mean, I've learned now not to answer people when they come for you.
Yes.
But then sometimes when you stay quiet, their blood boils more, and then when you answer, then it's a problem, like you shouldn't have answered. So we're not going to be able to stop trolls. They're always going to be there, but I use them to motivate me, if that makes sense.
That's
yeah,
good.
of course.
That's good. Yes.
A lady told me years ago when I was a child that I'm gonna be destined for greatness.
Good stuff.
And people are gonna see me and want to be like me, And happening now. Yes. I didn't really know what it meant at that time, but it is happening now. Oh. And there's just jealous people out there, and everybody wants what you have, but they don't want to work for it.
Exactly.
And they're envious.
Yes, exactly.
Certainly, I agree with you. Chris, your favorite quote, because I've watched your lives and I've seen you've mentioned it so many times. But your favorite quote is, "Me no come for what? Me no come for count cows. Me come for drink milk." Can you elaborate for us? Because many of us in St. Kitts, we don't know what that means. So, as a Jamaican, can you share with us what does that phrase mean?
Here. Me not come a foreign for count cow, me come for milk them. Meaning, I didn't come to England, right? To look in other people's backyard and, and count their cows, Yes. I eat everything out there as a cow, and I am milking it to my advantage. And this is the thing, I say it all the time, and I mean it. Me never come a foreign for count nobody cow. Me come for milk. Me milk them. Call it my money and go about my business. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that indeed. It makes plenty of sense. As Patrice would say, drink water and mind your business. So that's good. That's very, very good.
Indeed.
Let's talk about Mammer. I heard you are the creator of that one. So how did you come up with that one? Because I have a former colleague. We flew together, Orlando. I'm gonna call his name, and he always yes, Mammer. Everything is his Mammer thing. So how did you come up with that one?
Okay, so back in Jamaica, growing up, me and my peers, we used to end everything with mama. Like if we see like. If, let's just say Andre bought a new car, and then a mutual friend between us would have said, "Haven't you seen Andre's new car?" I would say, "Mama." But then for me, being the type of person I am, anything that ends with A turns to an R.
Yes, Mama.
So let's just say I would have said Mama. I'll say Mama. If I'm saying Canada, say Canada. If I say Jamaica, I say Jamaica. So everything ends with an R.
Wow.
As long as it ends with an A, it ends with an R.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Now we know.
Mama.
Now we know.
Oh my gosh. Chris, you're hilarious.
You say mama, like it's an expression and a word to acknowledge something.
Yeah.
So if somebody say that, I like that red and white outfit you have on, you would then say, Mama, I look nice.
And that's exactly how my colleague used it. Or as an expression, as you rightly said. So he was using it in the correct context, I must say. Nice.
Exactly.
Indeed. But Chris, contact information. You have a contact information for persons, let's say they want to come into Brixton Cake Shop. How can they find you? How can they... You have any online platform or presence they can contact you through? And any words of encouragement to other entrepreneurs who are also in the pastry business?
I want to start in the pastry business.
Okay, so if I always tell people that you have to know what you're doing.
Yes.
If you're starting out in the cake making or pastry business, practice becomes perfect. You can always practice by, baking something from home, and then you would give it to your next door neighbor to taste it, and then you go down. If you live at number 27, you cut a slice of cake for number 25, 23, 21, 19, go down the road, and before you know it, you could be selling cakes to everybody on the street. That is what I did. My first cake that I did was to a friend of mine for a birthday party, and one cake became 2 orders. Those 2 orders became 4 orders. Those 4 orders become 8 orders. And before you know it, I was a household name, so, you have to start from small as well. Don't just go and open a shop because you have the money and you got a big bank loan, or you come into some money and you're just going to sit in there, waiting for customers to come in. It's not going to work. You have to build your reputation. You have to be driven. You have to know what you're doing, in order to sell. And, I am lucky that I also have a personality that goes with it, because sometimes the customers come in and before you know it, Chris, Mama, I love you, I love you, and before you know it, it is a whole vibe. It's a whole thing, everybody just get in and them running and everybody just love what is happening. And sometimes customers in America right now that they pay the exorbitant shipping for me to ship a cake to them.
Wow.
And it costs more than the cake.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Just to get a cake from Brixton.
Sometimes they're not just buying the cake for buying its sake. They're buying it because they want to support me. They want to encourage me. They want me to continue on. And that's just them, spending some money with me, their favorite person. So anybody that is going into business, you have to have a passion for it. Don't just pick it up. And you have to know that it's your God-given gift. Don't just see somebody out there baking and then you feel, and get rich off of baking.
Yes.
Try to bake as well. Because a lot of people see other people with their God-given gift and feel like they can just hone in on that and, do what to make money.
Yes.
I agree. And do you have a website persons can go on and check out some of your crafts, Chris?
Huh?
Do you have a website so persons can go on and check out your craft?
Okay, so the website is brixtoncakeshop.com. Also, my personal website is yourmajestychris.com. Now, my personal website is more developed than the baker's website because we're doing an overhaul now of that particular website. So, you can always, if you go into social media and you type Your Majesty Chris, you will find me everywhere. You find me on TikTok, you'll find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, now Threads. You'll find me literally anywhere. Even on Google.
You're all over.
Mama. And Chris time really flies when we're having fun. But I mean, the entire St. Kitts and Nevis is locked on to Good Morning SKN this morning. Can you send out some words of encouragement or just shout out to the people down here in St. Kitts Nevis?
I can hardly hear you.
Okay.
Anything that you say.
Okay, Andre was saying that the entire St. Kitts and Nevis is locked onto our show. So he was asking you to send out some words of encouragement and greetings to our viewers.
Down here in St. Kitts Nevis.
Okay, I have one royal in St. Kitts and Nevis. I know her by name. Big up yourself, Keisha Jones. From myself and you and your family and stuff. Big up to all the Kittitians and the other people from Nevis. Big up to all the people that wanted to meet us when we were going to come there a couple of months ago, but we couldn't manage to get there.
Okay.
But we promise you guys that we're going to come there very soon. To all the people that want to, get into baking, I would say, perfect your recipe. There's no harm in trying somebody else's recipe and turning it into your own. I'm not saying to copy, but you can always use somebody's recipe and add a dash more of cinnamon, add a little tips more of mixed spice, to create it into your own recipe, because that's really what I have done. I've read a lot of books. I have a lot of books here that I have personally have got. and I've added my own flair to my own recipes.
I like that. I like that. So it's all about adding your own flair. And Chris, it was indeed a pleasure.
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
let Andre take this out because I know he's excited.
I'm just sorry my microphone is giving so much trouble. But Chris, I want to thank you so much for joining us on Good Morning SKN. And I'm looking forward to see you down here in the Federation soon and very soon.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it 100%.
It was our pleasure indeed.
Certainly, certainly.
Okay.
And there you have it, Mr. Tariana Christie, more popularly known as Your Majesty, all the way from Brixton in the UK.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Good Morning SKN.
I couldn't do it without I couldn't do it without God. You hear? So big up God. We have to big up God all the time. Yeah?
All the
big up God.
Yes,
all the
all the
And big up all the royals there and the Caribbean.
And there you have it. Stay with us. GMSKN continues right after this. Stay with us.
Yo, you know it's me, Mr. H.E. Yo, make sure you tune in to Good Morning SKN Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Studio 327. Yo, trust me, the baddest show in the morning. Make sure you check it out. Wake up. Make sure that you are there from 8 to 10, Monday to Friday. Boom, check it. Ah.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Jackfruit is a tropical fruit native to the regions of South and Southeast Asia. People eat jackfruit for several reasons, including its taste, nutritional benefits, versatility, and its potential as a meat substitute for vegetarians and vegans. In this segment of Loosen Up, Andre and I will be voting yay or nay on whether or not we would eat these jackfruit dishes. So Andre, you seem to know about jackfruit. I have not the slightest clue what jackfruit is. So
Listen, jackfruit it resembles a breadfruit, but it's like 5 times the size of a breadfruit.
What do you know the bread nut too? Does it look like the bread nut vibe?
When you said bread, I'm not sure what bread nut is.
Bread nut is the one, it resembles the breadfruit. It has the pricky stuff outside and it is like a nut inside. That you boil it in salt water.
I've never seen bread nut. Never.
What? Okay, we'll have Chantal after this.
But the jackfruit is similar to the soursop with those little pricks on the outside. But it's huge. It can grow at, I'm sure, as half as your torso. It's a big fruit.
I've not
Listen,
experienced jackfruit.
Growing up, we would, especially in the summer, we would love to enjoy jackfruit. When you cut it on the inside, the meat is like some little pods and it's stained. So it's like the inside is like a star apple, like the purple skin star apple, but inside is a bit stainy. So we'd have to beat the stain when you cut it.
Apple, yes. The green ones and the purple ones.
And the purple one.
I've never experienced the jackfruit in Ghana.
Yes, it's something like that.
Okay.
It's stainy, but it's sweet.
So it stains your clothing, etc., etc.
Yes, and it stains your teeth. I wish we could get a picture of the fruit itself. Yeah, so persons could see. But trust me, jackfruit,
mango and dill salad. Maybe okay. So this is a dish that we can have sampling at the Mango Festival's 10th edition. So I hope those folks who are in charge of the festival are watching. But I would eat that.
The name alone, jackfruit, mango,
and I like dill. Yeah, I like dill. I like the saltiness of.
Yes, it's a yeah.
Yeah, that looks appetizing. Ooh.
Sri Lankan jackfruit curry. Listen, give me anything curry.
Yeah, I'm
it's
eating
a
that.
yeah
That
for
looks
me.
good.
And a little rice to it.
Rice
and curry
and
goes
that's vegan too.
Exactly.
So we need to take a trip to Sri Lanka.
So it's a yeah.
Listen, pulled jackfruit chili. Everything just look good. I can't say I'm eating that.
I can tell this is because knowing the jackfruit how sweet it is, and then jackfruit chili with the spice, so the sweetness and the spice in it, it's a yeah.
Just the presentation alone is why I would eat it. But,
looks nice.
But you broke it down in your chefly manner, so I'm gonna eat it even more.
Baked jackfruit and mushroom spring roll.
Listen, my paddle can't go to right on to now. That looks.
This is so good. Totally.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. The jackfruit.
See, it looks like the bread nut too, and it looks like the breadfruit.
It looks like the breadfruit.
So that's the pods you were talking about?
That's what you eat, and within those pods are some seeds.
So the yellow
is the fruit
that you eat.
That you eat, yes.
Okay, so you don't. So there's seeds inside of that.
Inside those pods, yes. And those seeds, as a child, I remember my father used to roast the seeds. The seeds can also be eaten.
Oh, and then
it tastes
roast
like
it and
peanut.
pong it out?
No, you just eat it whole. You can boil it. You could roast it in the ashes,
like
and
peanut?
it tastes like peanut. It's a very versatile fruit.
Oh, look at us using the same word.
Yes.
Ooh.
Vegan nachos with barbecued jackfruit. Listen.
Oh my god.
This is.
Oh, that look good.
Jackfruit. I think for what's they call? They have the annual thing yearly.
What?
Restaurant week. We need to dive into the jackfruit.
But do we have jackfruit here on St. Kitts, Nevis, folks? Let us know in the comments. For those of you who are watching, Let us know if we have jackfruits in the Federation, because
I've never seen it here.
Me neither.
Never seen it.
I see breadfruit, bread nut, and etc. Ooh, jackfruit fried chicken. So are we pretending that the jackfruit is chicken? Or are we coating the
fried chicken
with the jackfruit?
Unless it is stuffed with chicken, because as I said, those pods, when you remove the seed, a little gap is inside, so you can stuff it. So unless they stuff the jackfruit itself with chicken,
they couldn't coat the chicken with jackfruit.
Well, even so, but
I don't know,
that's gonna be technical.
Ooh.
Vegan menudo.
Oh Lord,
this don't look
nice.
Well,
don't like it?
It looks not to me.
It looks nice.
What's menudo?
I wish I can answer that one.
It's a no for me.
I guess it's with jackfruit, so I'm gonna eat it. It looks nice. I like the purple radishes.
Yeah.
The jackfruit, if that's jackfruit in the middle, it looks like they cut it up to make it look like tofu.
Yes.
It looks nice. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna eat it once. Yeah. Ooh, vegan jackfruit pot pie.
I'm eager to try
eating
it.
it all.
Say yay.
This is nice.
Say yay.
Wow. Definite yay. So that's all we have for jackfruit.
Jackfruit. Listen, as we
And
said,
our Friday show.
Oh Lord, time really flies. Why do time always fly?
Why do time so fly?
Why do time always fly so fast?
When we're having a fun show.
Fun.
But folks, this week we don't have any souls for you, you know.
Any what?
Any souls.
Souls. Elaborate. Listen.
We have no souls for you this week. We just hope that you would have enjoyed our Friday show and all of those jackfruit dishes. I'm hungry for jackfruit and sour fruit cake. Now, Chef Chris has to set me up. Chef Chris, make sure you show up in December, okay?
Mama. That's the word of the day.
Yes, and I also like his phrase, don't look at other people's cows, but milk your own cows and make your own thing. And as he said, add a dash of this. What is the word you Jamaicans use? He said add a dash, and then he said chunks. What is it?
In a toops.
A toops, yes. A toops of this and a toops of that to make your dish yours.
I like how he breaks it down, because I myself, I didn't even know that's phrase or slogan. Me not come here for drink what? Me not come here for count cow. Me come here for drink milk. And he tell the meaning, so I understands it.
Don't envy your neighbor.
Yes.
Do your own thing.
Certainly. Well, that's all we have for you this morning, folks. I do had a wonderful Friday morning.
Yeah, our Friday show was fab. I enjoyed the Special Olympians. I enjoyed the singing evangelist. I enjoyed
Mr. C. Prasad, who came in and talked about climate. So that was a good discussion.
Yeah, indeed. So thank all of our guests for taking time out this morning. But we gotta sing and say goodbye.
So long.
Farewell
to you, my friends.
Goodbye
for now.
Until we meet again.
Perfect. She gets better at it each day. Well, thank you for joining us today, folks.
Yes.
It was an awesome show, and we look forward on Monday.
Yeah, to seeing you again.
Indeed. Tune in daily, where you'll find a little bit of everything for everyone. Get your friends and family to watch. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio327 Inc. and on Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Also, check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And once again, as we would have said earlier, thank you to our guests, but thank you. Congratulations to the athletes. And leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And see you on Monday at 8 a.m. when you wake up bright and early. Grab your coffee, stretch, turn on your devices, tell your employers to turn on their devices, message your friends and tell them that we are on. See you tomorrow. Why am I excited? No, see you on Monday. Have a great day. But remember, if you can't, don't go messing up nobody else's. Tabitha Brown said that. Thank you for watching, folks.
Happy
Bye.
weekend.